And once again, what is up, my fellow patriots? How y'all doing out there in America? Land of the free, home of the brave. Me, your Wicked Wizard, back with another video. Today I want to talk about something that happened last week in a Supreme Court. They made an awesome ruling. And let's check out what does it say here. Well, racism. Activist judges have allowed racial discrimination against whites since the 1980s. In a unanimous decision, Supreme Court has determined that reverse discrimination is indeed discrimination. Yeah, it only took them 44 years to figure that out. So, yes, discriminating against white people, discrimination because they're white, and discrimination against white people because they're straight, you can't do that anymore, right? Well, why is that? Well, here, let's listen to the case is about this lady here, and let's get her story. And wonderful.
Supreme Court heard arguments today in the case.
Okay, sorry about that. Here we go.
They put a 25-year-old man with less than 3 years of service in our agency to do my job that I had successfully done for over 5 years.
That amounted to discrimination because you believe he got the job because he was gay and you're straight.
Correct.
Marlean Ames was working for the Ohio Department of Youth Services when a position opened up as bureau chief.
And then you decided to put in for promotion.
Yes. My supervisor at the time asked if I was going to apply.
But just a few days after she got her 30-year service ban, Ames found out instead of a promotion, she was being demoted to a secretary.
It was humiliating going to work every day.
Humiliating.
Yes.
They cut your salary almost in half.
Yes, $40,000. So, of course, I went into a panic over that.
The colleague who replaced her was gay, and shortly afterward, the promotion went to a woman who was also gay.
Thought, okay, well, there's something more at play here. They put it.
Alrighty, so you saw that, you heard that, right? Well, this whole case came up with the Supreme Court where there was a higher standard for you to claim discrimination if you are a white and especially straight person. Where before this ruling, you could not file such a claim without having to jump through 100 million extra hoops, whereas a gay or a person of color could just file it on a whim without any evidence at all. That's all this does. It just says, hey, no, white straight people have just as much ability to go in it and claim discrimination and sue you as gays and people of color, right? So this woman's been at this role since 2004. You heard that, over 30 years. She did great. Everybody praised her. She made lots of money. And then they went and hired gays above her, right? So that's not right. So matter of fact, corporate America promised to hire a lot more people of color. And yeah, it actually did. Check this out. The year after Black Lives Matter protests, the S&P 100 added more than 300,000 jobs, and 94%, that's right, 94% went to people of color. Now, if that is not discrimination against white people, then you tell me what is. All right? And all these lefty shitty places, especially any type of city or state job, government job, all of them have been doing this for a long, long time. Booting out straight white people to hire their gays and their DEI hires and everything. Anyway, let's see what this guy has to say.
This is a CBS News special report. Good morning, everyone. I'm Major Garrett in Washington. We're coming on the air with some breaking news from the Supreme Court, where the justices have just ruled unanimously on a case that deals with the issue of reverse discrimination. The case...
reverse discrimination? No. It's discrimination. Discrimination's discrimination. I hate these lefties and their damn terms, man. Reverse discrimination.
Ames versus Ohio Department of Youth Services centers on a straight woman who claims she was passed over for a promotion and lost her position to two different gay co-workers.
Yeah.
The woman sued for discrimination, arguing it was solely because she was straight. A lower
That's
court
right.
previously rejected her lawsuit because she failed to show any kind of pattern or historical discrimination by her employer against straight people. Joining me now with the latest on this is our CBS News.
Well, see, that's the thing. If you're gay or a person of color, you don't got to go through all that nonsense. You just bring your lawsuit and it's accepted. You don't have to jump through extra hoops. And now you don't have to anymore. That doesn't mean that this woman's going to win her case against this city and win that lawsuit, but it means she now has the right to bring the lawsuit just like the gays and the coloreds, right? So the lefties, of course, they're all big mad. They're big mad. Let's see what they have to
Justice
say.
correspondent for The Nation.
I love
Ellie,
Q-tip.
I'm a great fan of your work, and I really want to thank you for being here.
That's
So
a
for those
Q-tip.
who may not fully be
It's
aware, can we
Q-tip,
start
dude.
with the bigger picture? How significant is this case, and what impact could it have on future discrimination lawsuits?
Okay, so I'm going to kind of answer the question two ways. It's very significant, but I actually don't think it will have a huge impact on the future of anti-discrimination lawsuits, at least if the case kind of stays the way that it seems to be going from the Supreme Court. So that's a little bit complicated. So let me start with the actual lawsuit, all right? Marlean Ames is a straight white woman who claims that she was passed over for promotion when they hired a gay person for the job.
Been there for a
And
minute.
that's
She's
it.
been there 30
That's
years.
her entire evidence. No
Yeah.
pattern or practice or history of racial or sexual
she doesn't need
discrimination.
one.
No larger background issues. It was just she wanted the job and they gave it to a gay person. So clearly she was looked over because of her heterosexuality. If white
Yes, absolutely. Clearly, that's what happened. When you bring somebody in off the street that's gay and you promote them over somebody that's been there for 30 years and knows how to do the job, and then demote that person for no reason, it's one thing if you just hire the gay person and give them the job, but then you turn around and demote the straight white woman when she complains about it. Yeah, that's discrimination. And you're just mad. Q-tip over here just mad that straight white people now can sue for discrimination just like he can, right? Him and his ilk, his lefty, comrades. Right? So anyway, it's good news. Again, white people can no longer just be indiscriminately discriminated against, especially straight white people. So shit's a changing, the tides are turning. We won, you lost. That is awesome. We are coming to destroy all of your lefty nonsense, bullshit, anti-whiteism, anti-straight people bullshit. It's gone. Goodbye. Goodbye. You notice that the Pride Month pretty much dead, right? We're destroying all of your lefty nonsense. Every last bit of it is gone. Isn't that wonderful? Let me know what you think. Do you think that's great, or should straight white people not be able to, sue for discrimination when they feel they've been discriminated against because they're straight and white? So they're somehow, I don't know. I don't know. Whatever. And anyway, leave me a share, a like, and don't forget to sub up so I continue to help make Donald Trump make America great again. Don't forget, my fellow patriots, to question everything. And until next time, peace. Take care.